What's going on, guys, and welcome to my brand new series here on NCAA Football 13, the offline Dynasty mode I've been talking about. I made a video asking you guys who you wanted to see me play as, and then I made a video showing you who I would play as, the University of Texas at San Antonio Roadrunners. And so you can see I'm creating my coach, and I had no idea what to name him, so I took the coach from my favorite football show or movie, which is Friday Night Lights, the television series. I'm playing on Heisman difficulty. I put it on All-American difficulty for recruiting. I'm not sure of Heisman, how it's balanced, but I've played with All-American, I believe, in the past, and it went pretty well, and so I also made it so I could not be fired. This is a Roadrunners dynasty, and that is what it is staying. And since this is my dynasty, I am crafting the NCAA to my liking. I put Notre Dame in the Big Ten, and I'm taking Boise State out of the Mountain West and putting them into the Pac-12. I didn't make a ton of changes, like I didn't mess with anybody who was already in like a big conference, but I wanted to take some of these schools and just move them around a little bit. I didn't want Notre Dame to be independent anymore. I put them in a conference, and I've just been really looking forward to making this series. It is going to be a true rebuilding project for me, playing on Heisman difficulty. I'm really looking forward to it. And first things first, I'm not staying in the WAC conference. I was reading that they're going to be moving anyways to the Conference USA in 2013, so I'll just do it right now. And then I decided to move Navy into the Big East, leaving only BYU and Army as the independents. I didn't mess with anything more, besides putting myself into the eastern part of Conference USA, not the western part, which would probably make more sense because I just like those opponents more on that side. And so then I went to the BCS Bowls. I made it so there's no more automatic qualifiers. Pretty much everything's a free-for-all now as far as the BCS Bowls go, those big ones. No more automatic qualifiers. And so University of Texas at San Antonio Dynasty is underway, guys. I've made it a little bit personal for me. I moved conferences, and I'm in Conference USA, and now I'm in the mode here, and I'm changing around my schedule. And one thing I do not want to bring you guys is I don't want to bring you a single game against an FCS opponent. I want to actually have a decent schedule against some tough teams every now and then, because I think you guys will enjoy that more, and I'll definitely enjoy playing that more. I love a challenge. I don't back away from it in these video games. And so, first game of the year, guys, is going to be against the Minnesota Gophers, a Big Ten team, and then later in the year, I'm going to have us play against Texas, our only ranked opponent of the year. We're going to play against the Texas Longhorns. I mean, we are a school in Texas. We might as well play the best team in our state and try to eventually beat them at some point. But the rest of the schedule is against Conference USA opponents, and we will close the season against UTEP. So I hope you guys enjoy that schedule and like that I actually mixed it up a little bit and put some different opponents on there. I really did not like the schedule when I was in the WAC. That was a horrible schedule against like 6 FCS teams. I tested that out last night when I wanted to build this. And then here you can see my roster. I was going through actually redshirting, and one of the nice things about Texas at San Antonio at least is there's not very many seniors. I don't have to worry about getting in so many recruits right now at this point. I can kind of just see what I have and take it slowly to begin this. And one of the things I've done in the past when I've played Dynasty is I write down the positions where I have a senior starting, and right now I only have 3: right guard, left end, and punter, so I don't have to worry about a ton. But I have a pretty poor team, and I have to work on building it through the offseason and recruiting, which is a lot of fun for me. I love taking the time to recruit and spending my time getting the prospects I want. Look at this. There is almost nobody on this team that isn't from the state of Texas, so we got to develop some more pipeline states, I guess they call them in this game, and hopefully get out of the state of Texas a little bit. But Texas, they put a lot of great talent, so I'm not too worried about it. And then I wanted to see what recruits had Texas at San Antonio in their top 5. And there's 7 players that actually wanted to come here. 1 3-star, a defensive tackle, a couple 2s, and a few 1s. So I'm going to have to try just to get 1-star guys to want to come here, it seems. I don't really need a whole lot this offseason, and hopefully I can get some wins that can build up my program a little bit. But, man, this was tough. I had to look at all the running backs here to find out somebody I wanted. A 2-star, took Oscar Bridges, put him onto my recruiting board. And I wasn't going to go for 35 guys on here. I kind of just wanted to look at about 20, 25, make my sample size smaller so I can focus on a smaller number of players and hopefully get the ones that I want and not miss out on too many of them. And you can see I just don't have a lot to really say to my recruits when I'm talking to them besides, hey, proximity to home is great. You live right here in Texas. So, yeah, I got my work cut out for me. I mean, I got 26 players here that I'm looking at, and then the game goes and just assigns you more if there is any free space. I kind of wish they didn't, but it's all right, I guess. And so Oscar Bridges was one of the guys I was really looking at, and I started to scout him here. You can see this in action for the first time. I gave him the max scouting I can do in 1 week, which is 60 minutes, and I found he has 87 speed. I can live with that. Our current starter has 83 speed, and I want someone faster for my offense, especially because I want to run a lot of shotgun. And then I'm looking at Jamal Carter, Johnny Carter, receivers. I got to get some good talent all the way across the board. I mean, I'm basically looking at best player available at any position. Whoever can make this team better and help them win more games is somebody I want on this team. And so here's Trey White. I'm scouting a receiver that has 59 catching. This is what I have to deal with here at the University of Texas at San Antonio. It's tough, but I love the challenge. I was going for Mike Smith there at cornerback, who was interested in Minnesota, so I'm going to try to rob him from them and hopefully play a tough game against them in week 2, which is the first game I will actually play. And then here's Sean Hunter, a linebacker, had some pretty good stats, but here was a guy I was really looking at, probably my number 1 prospect right now, Fred Arnold, middle linebacker, 70-man, 75 zone. That right there had me excited. 75 block shedding as well. And so I spent a lot of time recruiting in this morning, guys. I had to do the week 1 recruiting, actually the preseason recruiting, then week 1, and I did week 2 because that was the first week I would actually play. And so I spent over an hour working on this. 81 speed for Fred Arnold. I'm going all in on this guy. A 2-star prospect. Pretty good ratings, though. I mean, I like this kid. He looks like a pretty good diamond in the rough. A gem is my recruiting or my scouting, whatever they're calling him. And so I hope you guys don't mind seeing all of this recruiting in the game, because I do want to show my recruiting when I make these episodes, and I'm probably going to do these in live streams as well, play the games and recruit with you guys, especially if you guys want to see that. I mean, I think I would have a lot of fun doing that. And so, of course, guys, leave a like on the video, comment on the video if you want to see more of this, and you want to see me put out these videos frequently. I think I would have a lot of fun doing it. I'll see how it goes when I get started, but I'm hoping that I really start getting deep into this Dynasty mode and have a lot of fun with it. And so I'm advancing now to week 2, which is the first game of the year against the Minnesota Golden Gophers at Minnesota. I know the rules. I'm not playing them at home. They wouldn't come here in real life anyway. And so the Roadrunners' first game is going to be against them. But just a little bit more recruiting, guys, to close up this episode. The next episodes won't have as much recruiting because I'm doing like 3 weeks worth of recruiting in this one video. That won't happen in the future. And so Fred Arnold's my guy. I have some work to do, but I schedule a visit for him. I offer him a scholarship because I want this guy to help anchor my defense for the future. And then we look here at Michael Palmer, a defensive end, and I offered him a scholarship, and I officially have my first commit to the University of Texas at San Antonio Roadrunners. He accepted it right away. He was very happy, and you can see what I get here. I get a 2-star defensive end with not very good ratings. That 72 block shedding is kind of the best thing I'm looking at there. Mike Smith now talking bad about Minnesota, my next opponent, offering him a scholarship. Think about it, Mike. You want to come be a Roadrunner. And here I'm actually going for a 3-star prospect. I leapfrogged TCU going after this 3-star tackle. And so I don't think that All-American is too easy of recruiting, but I'll have to see how it goes after my first recruiting class, because I know it's realistic for me to get like 1 or 2 3-stars. Then here's this Johnny Carter receiver I was going for, and he's already committed to Texas Tech, and so I have to look at this Trey White guy with the 59 catching. And then I didn't get any more commits in this episode, guys, but I thought I made some very good progress towards the guys that I want, and hopefully I get some solid players to come, and then I can start building this team in the offseason. But I can't forget, I still have to play this year. I can't just look ahead to the future this entire time. I got 12 games to play this year. I got to work on building this program now as well with a very weak roster, a lot of work to do. I'm excited though, guys. I hope you are too. Once again, please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and you want to see a lot more Texas at San Antonio Roadrunners Dynasty. I'm looking forward to bringing these episodes, guys. The first game will be in the next episode against the Minnesota Golden Gophers, and so subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.